Here's what's happening now. We've got the clouds out there, but so far, no rain. We'll be looking at our chances for the rest of the day coming up. Sean.
The stop sign is up on that huge $4.7 billion regional transit plan. It was just voted down. We'll explain why first at 4.
All right, Sean, also a scare for Pope Francis as the pontiff takes a fall. We'll tell you how he is doing this afternoon.
Live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
All of Southeast Michigan is in desperate need of rain. Now we may have finally have some moving into our area. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. We want to start things off right away with meteorologist Ben Bailey, and we really do need some rain. The question is all of us are going to get it or no? The face you're making doesn't look that promising.
I wish I had better news for everybody. I mean, yes, we need it. There to look at right now. We've got at least mostly cloudy skies, but so far everything's on the west side of the state. Temperatures on the warm side, 87 at Metro City Airport downtown at 83, in Pontiac right now at 83 degrees as well. So let's take a look at 4 Live radar and you will see nothing over here. Now the Lake Michigan shoreline starting to see some thunderstorms. It is a big if those are even going to hold together, because we'll probably see those weaken as they move to the east. Still a chance we could see 1 or 2 of these pop up on our side of the state, so we'll keep a close eye on that as we get through the next few hours. So the forecast tonight, we'll get back into the 70s, pretty comfortable with that low humidity, just that slight storm shot. Will we get another shot tomorrow? More on that coming up, Karen.
Now to breaking news on a huge plan aimed at changing the way we get around here in Metro Detroit. The Regional Transit Authority had proposed a nearly $5 billion idea that included a new bus system. But just moments ago, that plan hit a major roadblock. Sean Lay is live in downtown Detroit. Sean, voters were supposed to decide on this plan in November. Is that no longer happening now?
They were hoping to decide to put this to a vote. Look, let's spell this out for everyone. It's hot out here, Karen, as Ben just told us, and now this has turned into a white-hot controversy. You have so many people on one hand wanting to finally get mass transit rolling in our region, so many people on the other hand saying this is a tax, they did not want it. Let me take you into the meeting inside.
A leap forward for our communities and a giant step for this whole region.
A room full of people saying our region must move forward with this mass transit and the mass transit plan and this $4.74 billion plan. They wanted it to go to a vote this November. They were told it's not going to happen. So what happened today? At the last moment, Oakland and Macomb County executives voiced concerns about the plan. Oakland County, that 500,000 people in their county, they say, will be left out of the plan. Macomb says it wants the plan, but wants veto power placed into the plan. Bottom line, RTA said they've made changes over the last few months to the plan. They did not add the veto power. When it came down to voting to approve the millage to fund the big plan, the board did not get the votes it needed. Now the RTA is calling for an emergency meeting on this.
And I call upon the 3 county executives, the chair of the board of Washtenaw County Commissioners and the Mayor of City of Detroit, to come together early next week to try and resolve the differences that exist. Because I truly believe if that doesn't happen, this board will not be able to go forward.
Look, so many people so excited about getting mass transit going in a big way in the region, leaving the meeting very disappointing, and they're blaming Oakland and the Macomb County executives. Well, coming up at 5 o'clock, we speak with Macomb County executive Mark Hackel. He wants people to know Macomb County is for the regional plan, but he wants one change made, and he's asking tonight why the RTA and the other members weren't more flexible on the one change he was looking for to make this start rolling. Karen, bottom line right now, you will not see this on the November ballot until all these sides can get together, and they've got 1 week to do it.
All right, thank you very much. Sean Lay reporting live. Now, to the major political news this afternoon. This is Hillary Clinton's big night as she prepares to close out the Democratic National Convention. As Steve Handelsman tells us, everyone agrees Hillary Clinton needs to give the speech of her life tonight.
It could be tough for Hillary Clinton to top last night and emotional President Obama, passing her the baton to lead the party and they hope the nation in the opposite way, he said, than Donald Trump would.
I'm asking you to join me to reject cynicism and reject fear and to summon what is best in us to elect Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States.
When it's her turn tonight, how can Clinton promise to finish what he started and also to shake things up?
She has to hit the sweet spot on being able to say that, yes, I support most of President Obama's policies. I want to continue his agenda and improve on it, but also meet Americans who actually do want some change.
As Katy Perry today checked out the stage and acoustics, 3 women delegates were already staked out in the second row to see the speech by the first woman to head a major party ticket.
This woman has done something that no one has been able to do until now. And we should celebrate it and be totally enthusiastic.
And you think she's going to celebrate it tonight?
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.
Another Clinton focus tonight is Donald Trump, who claimed today he was being sarcastic when he asked Russia for help to find Clinton emails. Hillary Clinton herself is in the spotlight tonight, hoping America finds her trustworthy and likable.
Hillary Clinton admits she's not a great speaker or an easy campaigner, and so the pressure is on. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News at the DNC in Philadelphia.
All right, thank you, Steve. Now to the Republican side. Today, Donald Trump's running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, is visiting Michigan. Pence met with families and spoke at a town hall in Grand Rapids, and in just a few hours, he will be at a rally at the Suburban Showplace in Novi. Admission is free, but you do need to register for tickets, and there is a 2-ticket limit per phone number. We have all the information on the politics page of clickondetroit.com. The man charged in the death of 22-year-old Chelsea Bruck will undergo a competency exam. 27-year-old Daniel Clay was in court just a short time ago for a probable cause hearing. His attorney claims Clay has been distraught and that an expert should determine his mental state. A judge granted the request but added that it must be done quickly. Earlier this week, Clay told a judge that he did not want bond. He's facing second-degree murder charges. And a Washington Township man accused of abusing his 6-month-old son is now facing charges. Today, Anthony Robinson was charged with first-degree child abuse. Earlier this week, the child's mother called 911. Robinson was left to watch his son for the day, but when the mother returned home, the child looked very sick. Doctors say the child had injuries consistent with shaken baby syndrome. Robinson is now being held on a $1 million bond. Some disappointing news from Ford Motor Company today, with the company's latest earnings report falling below Wall Street expectations. The company just announcing its second quarter earnings are down 9%, with vehicle sales slowing in both the U.S. and China. So let's take a look at how the markets closed today. As you can see, the major indexes were mostly Dow Jones was down, NASDAQ up, and S&P 500 was up. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world on your Thursday afternoon. In Afghanistan, 5 U.S. soldiers were injured in an attack against ISIS. An Army general says the incident happened in an eastern province of the country and that all of the soldiers are expected to be okay. This comes as U.S. forces are fighting to drive out ISIS from areas in Afghanistan and Syria. New video released shows an airstrike in northern Syria earlier this month on a vehicle suspected to be used by ISIS militants. Pope Francis suffered a fall during an outdoor mass in Poland today. The 79-year-old pontiff appeared to trip on a step before tumbling to the ground. Clergy members rushed to his aid to help him back up. Fortunately, he wasn't seriously injured. The pontiff is making his first visit ever to Eastern Europe with a 5-day trip to Poland for World Youth Day, a global gathering of young Catholics. Head first at 4, we have got an orange barrel alert for you. Find out which local highway is closing down this weekend for a major construction project. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Karen, just how much exercise does it really take to counteract 8 hours of sitting? The numbers just might surprise you.
Get your catcher's mitts ready. It's time for a little ball, softball, and baseball. We'll take you to the Tigers' hometown camp coming up.
What you don't, coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
When a grandfather heard someone rifling through some video games in the middle of the night, he thought it was his grandson. But trust me when I tell you, the man on the ground here was not 10 years old. And this isn't the only house broken into. The story on Local 4.
Starting today, hundreds of local girls and boys are taking part in the Tigers Hometown Championship.
Yeah, it's a special tournament that's hosted by the Tigers to help encourage more local kids to play ball. Our Tim Pamplin introduces us to the softball and baseball stars of tomorrow.
Here at U of D, Mercy softball diamonds, some young girls warming up, going through the paces as part of the 21st annual Detroit Tigers Foundation Hometown Championship. It's a chance for high school students to get to meet some of the faculty and current students to learn about playing softball at college.
She's got it. She loves it. She's played 60 games this year, and she's still going, so that's a positive thing.
You guys excited to be here?
Yes.
Being part of a team is definitely important because, you know, it gives them, you know, some leadership skills and camaraderie amongst their peers.
The camp runs all weekend at various locations around town, culminating in a championship playoff game down at Comerica Park. So from softball at University of Detroit, we zipped our way from the west side all the way to the east side, Martin Luther King High School along Lafayette Boulevard. And the young men are hard at work. It's not just parents watching on, it's also coaches and scouts. That's George Contos from Schoolcraft College. He came here last year.
We like what we've seen, and we come back today and just see if we can see some high school kids that are interested in going on to the next level to play some college baseball.
Parents tell me this is an important part of raising their children. Get them involved in sport and activities. It's character building, builds leadership skills, and the youngsters are out there having fun, keeping fit, and looking forward. That's the scene right now at Martin Luther King High School. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
What a great event, and really some good weather for the folks. I mean, it wasn't, the sun was out, but it wasn't just horrible.
I mean, those kids don't have lawns. They don't have to worry about that
Exactly.
stuff. It's dry for them to play ball.
They just want to play ball.
Yeah, but the rest of us are going to be worried about that rain. And yet again, it looks like we're coming up zilch on the rainfall front. But as far as those temperatures go out there, we're at 87 right now at Metro Airport, 83 at City, and a lot of 80s. Temperatures not far from each other until you get up towards Lake Huron, just slightly cooler up there. A little bit of a difference today. There's enough humidity that the heat index is slightly higher than the air temperature, but not by much. Feels more like 89 out there. Winds are coming out of the northeast at 7. That's helping us as far as the cooler breeze, but it's not helping the rainfall chances, and we'll explain that in a second. Beautiful shot from Storm Pins. Kathy sent us looking up at the lake up in Jetto. So appreciate that. We've been watching a tease on the radar. Showers across the northern part of the state fell apart. There's some more that are starting to form right here on the lake shore of Lake Michigan. Those will probably not survive the trip as they just meander very slowly to the east. So we still have a chance that it could get a couple storms popping up here over our portion of the state. But as we told you at the top of the show, the chance isn't good. And if we do see them, most of us are going to miss out. Anything that shows up should fade as we get closer to sunset. We will be mostly cloudy overnight. Temperatures will be in the 60s. And then tomorrow, again, there's a chance we could get a shower or storm. It's not great. But when we get into Saturday, there's going to be a wave starting to move in from the west that could give us a little bit better chance of seeing a shower or storm. It's not going to be a given for anybody, but it's our best chance, and really it's the best shot that we've got in the upcoming 7 to 10 days. So 66 tonight, scattered evening storms coming to an end if they show up at all. We will be seeing the calm conditions as we get later into the nighttime hours. Slightly cooler tomorrow. We're only calling for a high of 80 degrees, and again, there's that shot. The thunderstorm doesn't look all that great. Temperatures start ramping up, though, as we get into the end of the weekend and especially to next week. There comes the 90s, and the humidity's coming with it. So thunderstorm chances will be returning middle of next week, maybe a little bit better. But so far, it's going to be a whole lot of dryness between now and Tuesday if we don't get those storms in the next couple of days. Karen.
All right, thank you, Ben. And good health. E-cigarettes are due to come under FDA regulation in 2 weeks, and Dr. McGeorge is here with news about the potential health effects they have.
That's right, Karen. You know, a new study, to no one's great surprise, finds that e-cigarettes produce potentially harmful chemicals at various levels. But there were a couple things that popped out. First, 2 of the most common chemical ingredients, that's propylene glycol and glycerin, contribute to the production of toxic chemicals like formaldehyde. And second, as the device is actually warmed up, the production of the toxins increase. So later puffs are potentially more harmful.
And I know you're working on another story about sitting.
Yeah.
And how long it takes to make up for that. Because I know lots of folks have a desk job. And you can be
Exactly.
sitting anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day.
Right. It may not necessarily be your fault. Depending on the type of work you do, the length of your commute, and your overall activity level, sitting for 8 hours a day really is not uncommon. But new research from the UK suggests 1 hour of exercise a day may be enough to eliminate the effects that sitting has. And even moderate activity like biking or brisk walking qualifies. Now, unfortunately, it turned out in the study, only 25% of participants actually did an hour or more of physical activity every day. So it's not necessarily a lot of time, but a lot of people aren't doing it.
So you're saying you'd need a full hour, though, to make up for 8 hours of sitting?
Correct.
Okay.
But, it's an hour of moderate activity.
Right, it's not like you're
necessarily
heavy lifting.
Crazy, exactly. And you don't necessarily have to do it all in one day. You can do it over a period of days.
Well, sometimes I'll like set my alarm on my phone if I know, you know what I mean? It's
Right,
like, okay,
exactly.
too much time has passed, just get up and start moving.
Exactly, that hourly reminder to
Yeah.
get your butt up.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Doc. Ahead first at 4, are Chelsea Clinton and Ivanka Trump actually friends?
You know Ivanka Trump, right? Would you consider her a friend?
Absolutely.
But can their friendship survive the campaign? Also coming up, first at 4, for years, Amazon has been saying they want to use drones to deliver packages. Most people thought they were kidding, but now that joke is becoming a reality. Let's talk about today's top trending stories, and so many people are talking about this. We are going to be seeing a lot of these orange barrels with construction and closures around town this weekend, specifically 696. It's closing again, specifically eastbound 696, closing tomorrow night between the I-275, I-96, M5 interchange and Telegraph Road. The Orchard Lake ramps to eastbound 696 will also be closed. MDOT promises it will reopen before 5 a.m. Monday in time for the morning rush. This is all related to the work on I-275. Frustrating, right?
Yes.
All right, another big talker, Chelsea Clinton, speaking out about her friendship with Ivanka Trump. Today, Matt Lauer asking Chelsea about Trump's attacks on her parents.
It's clear, Chelsea, that Donald Trump is willing to bring up some of the darkest moments of your family's past as an issue. Would you sit down with Ivanka and say, that shouldn't fit into the rules of engagement?
Well, I don't expect her to always have to defend her father. I mean, I think it's clear that Mr. Trump is kind of running his campaign and saying what he thinks is important in this election. I think what we're seeing here in Philadelphia is a very strong contrast to that. I mean, my mother's not engaging in divisive, bigoted rhetoric.
Right? Would you consider her?
Matt asked her if she'd be willing to talk with Ivanka about the tone of the campaign. Chelsea said it is something that she would consider. Well, remember when Amazon talked about those drones they were thinking about delivering packages? Now it's becoming a reality. Starting next year, they will actually start testing those delivery drones in the United Kingdom. UK aviation authorities have granted Amazon several important permissions that so far they haven't gotten here in the U.S. from the FAA. So we'll see how it goes over there. Okay. Ben and I are at work. That means we didn't win last night. We're talking about the Powerball. Last night, nobody matched all of the winning numbers, so the jackpot is growing again, now up to $478 million. There actually hasn't been a winner in nearly 3 months. The next drawing is Saturday night, so you definitely have time to buy your tickets.
Let's do it.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That's plenty. I think I could live.
Plenty? Yeah, I think it's plenty. Are you ready for some football? The boys are back in town and they are ready to play. We are headed to training camp coming up next.
Two schools merged, leaving one head coaching job for two great coaches. One is a man, one is a woman.
You cannot make gender a factor, period.
The committee picks the man for the job. People complain. The man loses the job and the woman is hired.
Did they tell you it was because she's a better coach or because she's a woman?
Kids and parents say college scholarships could be at stake. Was this a messy miscommunication, gender discrimination, or something else? The Defenders tonight at 11.
My grandfather.
Oh, it might be hot and humid outside, but still, you know what's around the corner.
Yes.
Fall. Yes, we're talking about football season. It always seems once training camp gets underway, I feel like
we're about to.
Yeah, we're
about to
almost
get
there.
That also means school's about to start.
Oh,
so
let's not talk about that.
Sure, the kids are excited about that. But the team, the Lions, posted videos on social media all day of players arriving, including Matthew Stafford and Eric Ebron. And now tomorrow, fans can actually go watch the team work out. Guys are getting ready for their first preseason game This is amazing. I can't believe this. August 12th.
What was Matthew Stafford carrying? Why does he need so many boxes?
Well, it's like, you know, they go live there for a few
Well, I know,
weeks.
but like you only have so much space. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure they give him his jersey.
They're
and
millionaires.
things.
They've got to have all
He
kinds
doesn't
of
bring his
stuff.
things. Birdie's at training camp. We'll check in with him at 5 o'clock. Meantime, Inside Edition is next. Thanks so much for spending part of your afternoon with us.